First of all, I would like to thank all the participants here in the faraway to Tanzania, and also would like to thank for the International Horticulture Society to provide me this opportunity to speak here. So today, actually, my topic I would like to do is the Africa and China trade challenges and prospects. As you know, China is challenging because China, first of all, is big, and based on our forest resources, based on our population, based on our agricultural land, is challenging not only on the forest, but also challenging on the food. So we are challenging for surviving. And China and Africa is quite many similarities. So China-Africa trade, actually we can trace back to the China established. So far, more than 50 African countries have the trade relationships with China. So the big trade partners now in Africa is South Africa, Egypt, Nigeria, Sudan, and Gabon. So Tanzania is one of the big, but not that big. So the previous trade between China and Africa is started from the China Aid. And then following about the construction projects, these are also principally China Aid. So for the recent years, so this trade have been changed. Now, especially like South Africa is quite hot. They will become the biggest trade partner in Africa with China. And also industrial productions and also other trading have been developed step by step. Also here in Tanzania. China-Africa trade is increasing, especially in recent years. You can see from the figure to 2000, 2001, 2002 have a big increases. And it is have been studied that in 2015, after 3 years later, it still can be doubled for the trade. And in about 2030, Africa will be, and China will be the biggest partner for Africa. Now it's Europe, but in that time maybe China can surpass Europe with the biggest. The current features of economic and trade relationship between China and Africa is, you can see first of all is the growth is very remarkable, and especially in recent years. And also the contract labor costs, labor cooperation projects is increasing, and also the achievement is remarkable. And also significant reforms is the way of support. Now the support is bilateral and also beneficial bilateral. So based on those features, now is a multi-level economic trade activities have been taking place, which means not beneficial not only for the countries but also for the others. Of course, China engagement within Africa, so it's beneficial for Africa and China, but maybe coming for some other different rumors, it was saying, okay, so China have been surpassed and taken so much advantages, but we can be sure that also we can see here that China have been supported Africa quite a lot, especially on the constructions and this infrastructure. And also China have development with Africa here is mainly based on trade. The third, not only China also is struggling to cooperate with Africa here, and also we have quite many partners, but also have been strong competitions with Western countries and all the other big countries. So China-Africa economic and trade cooperation prospects in the future, near future, is China-Africa have a very big complementary in the trade aspects. First of all, Africa is big, but lack of funds and no technologies. But what I mean is the trade should not only on the business trade, but also we can trade on the technical and other aspects. And Africa is actually a big market, not only for China, but also for all the world countries. China and Africa have good foundations which have been friendly, we have developed so many years. Also these are beneficial for the economic relationship. Only for China and Africa, we have the forum especially organized between China and Africa, started in 2000. So far now the next one will be number 5. The previous 2000 in Beijing, 2003 in Ethiopia, 2006 in Beijing again, 2009 in Ethiopia. Almost all the China big boss, or the chairmen, or premiers, have been here in Africa, also in Tanzania. Our new chairman, Mr. Xi Jinping, actually will be coming here in Tanzania very soon. Actually, it's 2 days after. China has been supported in infrastructure projects inside here in Africa, also in Tanzania. Maybe some of you have been taking the train between Tanzania and Zambia. That's the train relationship train. And also other projects have been built up here for Africa. Not only the infiltration, but also for other projects like agriculture. This is totally new and under construction project is in the Sudan for the water dam. It's both for agriculture and also for the electricity. How to enlarge the China-Africa trade? First of all, we should have a good planning, develop the African market comprehensively and objectively and also accurately. And also explore the development and the executive and African market actually is quite positive. From China side, we started from 2010. China has eliminated 95% of custom taxes on those most undeveloped countries, including Tanzania. China established African trade show in order to develop the African companies, also the trade in China. Agriculture, forestry, and fisheries are the quite potential areas to cooperate with between China and Africa. So for these areas, we can see good opportunities. Also, not only for others, but also for us, like actually partly for me, for my job. I'm a woodman, also a woodbag. In China, China is big, the forestry also have a big. This is the vegetation map about China. China owns the forestry from the tropical forest in the southern part, in the Yunnan areas, and also go to the northern part, have this cold temperate forests. So from the almost all the range of forests in China we have, even if it's not big. So wood is good. So wood is not only good, but also with culture and art. Only means where you are now, how deeply you can get into. Wood is good, and wood could be benefit not only for the poor, but also for the rich people. These are for the poor people. Wood can be for those people have a tent or house to stay. But also wood is good for the rich people. They have villas made by wood, can stay there. Based on the archaeological studies, more than 6,000 years ago in China, we already used wood for our life. So the paper, personally, I have read is we have been founded that the wood is made for the coffin. I don't know some other countries, but China, we are already studied more than 6,000 years ago. So as well, so for the not only coffin, but also in the time, I think could be for other products as well. Wood product development in China actually very tightly related with culture. We can see, we take the chair for example. This is the chair for maybe for the emperors in the old time. And also for the different time, the chair style is quite differently. You can see this. But the modern ones, like this, is very modern. So, and also have typical chairs, other products like bamboo. So as wood is good, but it's beneficial in the histories and also for the pleasant, for the poor and for the rich. In China, about the wood industry, China wood industry nowadays, like the paper and the paper, furniture, like the door industry and the plywood industry, flooring industry, also MDF, particle board, almost all these mechanical products, China have the biggest production in the world. Why is that? Because the Chinese people, they are diligent, hardworking. With those, we can have such good products made by wood. And because of resources changing, so far the resource for the wood is changed from the tropical big sizes logs got down to the plantation small logs. This one, the log in the down left, is about my hand size. That's my hand. So this one actually in China is for the plywood, about 10, 12 centimeters. Now for the mechanical industry, in China the technology is quite differently, with here in Africa and also with other countries in Europe or America. On the left picture is the OSB company raw material yard in the Western countries. And also on the right picture is the plywood residues, the core. You can see that the core in China for the plywood core, also my hand there, is about 2.5 or 3 centimeters core. The logs for the left, for OSB, is more than enough in China for the plywood. So how to utilize those different size logs for our industry? Technically, machinery is changed. What is it made for? This is a 3-layer parquet. So it's coming from Europe, but now in China it's very popular. This is multi-layer parquet. Also, it started from in Japan, but now in China the product is very big. This is about the door. Actually, for the door, I think for the door also like something like 6 years ago, or 6,000 years ago, even the Thai have the coffin, I think they should also use the door. Because I also read the papers that in the older days, those people who they can paint it for the slaves and protect the animals, they have the door, which is use of wood. I don't know, so far I want to study what the size is, what it look like of the door there, but now I cannot find the record. Maybe someday later we can cooperate to find something more interesting. I think that's the culture, that's also the reason wood is good. And also nowadays, the door is changing, like in China. Previously, you sell the piece of a door. Now it's sell the door set. Not only the door, also the frame. Also, the wood can be used for the different types of furniture in-house. And make the in-house is more reliable and luxurious and good for the people to stay. It's also very good stair. If some place like this fancy stair, I think very, very good villas will be. I have one word or two words for the technical wood. Because nowadays, the material is changing, the size is changing, the property is changing. How to use these small size plantation logs for the high requirement furniture or wooden products for the consumers. In China, we found a way that the technical wood is definitely helps. All the pictures you can see from here, for different sizes and different color, different different grains, they are actually made by poplar. I think nobody now you can see those are the popular species. But for the technical wood, they are made by poplar. This is the art. This is technical technologies. Why in China have so big industry? Because in China, the resources now, the plantations are very good growing. In China, mainly what we use for the industry is we call agricultural forestry. The other forestries we planted in the protection is protecting the land, the soil, the seas, but only for the agricultural forestry we can use for the industry. Also, China, as you know, is a big area in the western part is a desert. So in order to protect the desert and also to save those people who stay there, so we plant the forest also in the desert. The way to plant the forest in the desert is not easy, definitely not easy. And also, this is also another way, pictures on different places to plant the forest in the desert. Not only the forest, but also the fruit. Actually, those fruit, also the forestry, the qualities are very high. The best and also the big quantity in China for the plantation is poplar. So actually in China, is everywhere when you go, it's always they call the poplar. They made for different products. Not only for the flooring, furniture, plywood, everything almost. The core is poplar. And the people, they take very good care for those. And in order to get the poplar out from the land, the farmers, they are growing in the first years, not only the agriculture, but also the forestry. After 3-4 years, then it's when they shield it, so it's difficult to get the agriculture out. That's only forest. Normally, it takes about 7-8 years average, then the next cycle. The species in the southern part, poplar is not as good as acacia. And also other species, Eucalyptus. So those species in southern part is very good. Especially nowadays, for the plywood industry, nobody uses the tropical logs to peel the veneer, make plywood out, but use these plantations in the core. As this morning, Mr. Liu Yiping, actually my classmate, he already told about this bamboo. So bamboo in China actually is amazing. I always say that about 85-90% of the bamboo product in the world market is made in China. So how to make the bamboo out is a magic. It's totally different compared with the wood. And the technologies for the bamboo processing are quite differently. Even they use the same similar machine, but the technologies are different. Also, one more area I want to point out is also here in Tanzania. It's about this sugarcane. Sugarcane in China is very good material for NDF, especially in the southern part of the provinces. I know in Tanzania there are 4 big companies, the Kilimanjaro Sugar Company, Modibowa Sugar Garden, Tanganyika, and Kagera. These 4 companies are Tanzania big sugarcane companies. I do not know yet, do they use the residual sugarcane to make some industrial use or not. This is a very good material for the NDF. NDF is very good material for the furniture. I think not only for the trading for these products, we should also beneficial trading for technically to beneficial for the Tanzania industry as well as other African countries here. So in China, we have the technology and machineries. If you have needed for this, we can cooperate. In order to keep the balance of social, environmental, and economical to meet current requirements coming from the internationally, so we should, based on this maybe Kilimanjaro law, this we can link the China and Africa more tightly. And in the future, we also have an even more brighter future. Thank you.